welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be going over this no makeup look I have going on. It's super easy, simple, quick, takes me less than 5 minutes to do in the morning, and let's be honest, we don't always have the time that we want to get ready. So this is going to be extremely helpful when you're in a crunch for time or if you just don't feel like wearing a lot of makeup that day. So let's get started. So the first product I want to show you guys is something that I've recently been using. I've been using it for about 2 weeks now and I'm in love with it. So it is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. This is the City Shield. What I love about this is it has hyaluronic acid. You guys know how much I love a hyaluronic acid. But it also has SPF 25. So this serves as a double duty. It's going to work as your moisturizer and your sunscreen, which is great for when you're in a rush and you're trying to get your routine done and get out the door. So when I'm done with my skincare routine, what I'll typically do is go in with my Tarte poreless mattifying primer. And the reason why I go in with this is because I am a little oily in my T-zone. If you're not oily, I would say go ahead and skip this step. You don't need extra steps, especially when you're in a hurry. And again, I'm just going to apply this to my T-zone where I am oily. And get the excess and kind of just go all over. This is just going to help absorb the oil a little bit, and it's also something really quick that you can do just to prevent your face from looking shiny. And then what I'll do next is, so when you're in a hurry, you're kind of going to skip some steps for makeup. You're not going to be able to apply everything that you want. What I like to go with is the MAC Strobe Cream. This one is like the gold light. What I like about this is it's also double duty. It's moisturizing while it's giving me a little bit of a shimmer, almost more of a glow. And especially when you're doing that no makeup look, you don't want anything too shimmery. You're wanting to look more natural. And this is super easy to apply. Have it on my hand here, and what I'm going to do is just apply it to where I would put highlighter, bridge of my nose here, a little bit on my chin. So after I'm done with the strobe light cream, as you guys can see, it's bouncing off pretty naturally. It's giving my skin a little glow, nothing too heavy, and it's pretty much melts into your skin. So after the strobe cream, what I like to go in with is a concealer. I typically won't do a foundation for my no makeup look just because it defeats the purpose. This look is also very good for when you're in a hurry. Sometimes you gotta skip those steps like I said, and sometimes foundation just has to get skipped and you just need to conceal any problem areas that you might have. So I go in with Tarte, the Shape Tape. Again, this is like one of my favorite concealers. The consistency is just very creamy. It's very pigmented, and it's easy to blend. So I'm just gonna go over some spots that need concealing. I just went through a little breakout, so kind of that, and I have a little scarring, but it's okay. And I'll go in under the eyes, and I do get a little red around the nose, which is pretty typical for people, so I just put like a dot right there. So I'm going to go in with my Morphe 173 brush. This brush is excellent for blending out, and it's specifically for concealer, so that's a plus. And another plus, it was only $9. So I would definitely recommend Morphe brand for brushes. They're very, like you can see, this is like pretty dense. It's a little dirty, sorry. But it's an excellent brush, and it's easily become one of my favorites within the last couple weeks. Okay, so I just start off by blending all this in, buffing it into the skin and away. And you can see like how easily this buffs into the skin. And it's concealing those problem areas. And I just use whatever's excess on the brush and blend it down into the rest of my face, just to blend it out a little more, but it also gives a more natural finish. Concealing underneath my eyes is probably like one of my favorite parts of my makeup routine, just because you can really see the difference. And I like to get the excess and just brush it over my lid, just because my lid can be a little veiny, and it also can be a little red just from irritation, sleeping, anything like that. And yeah. Can't forget your nose. My nose is always the first thing to get red whenever I get cold. So I feel a little bit like Rudolph, but that's what concealer is for. Okay, gotta do the under eye again. And you can just see how much just even putting concealer underneath your eye brightens up your face, and it's so minimal that like even if you only have a couple minutes to get ready, just even doing that does so much for your complexion. And if you only have like a couple minutes to do your makeup before you rush out the door, concealer is definitely something that you should always put on your skin. As you can see, it really brightens up your complexion, brightens up those under eyes, and makes you look more awake. And as you can see, the concealer did a pretty good job with my breakouts. There are some pesky ones that you can still kind of see through, a little bit of the darker ones, but I do have a little trick for that. And so what I'll do for those pesky blemishes and scars that are a little darker is I will go in with a pressed powder. I'm using MAC Studio Fix in the color NC35. And I will use a fluffy, dense brush, very small, very good for just pointed areas. And what I'll do is I will tap into there lightly, and then I will go over the breakout and just that area, just tap it in. And you can see like what a difference that makes. And I don't go all over the face with this, just like with the darker areas, because again, we're going for a very natural look. As you can see, that really helped with like the darker blemishes that I had in concealing them. Some of them aren't totally concealed, but that is because we are doing the more natural look, and I think that it's okay if a little bit shows through. So what I like to do next is go in with a little bit of blush. I feel like blush is really natural looking. It's gonna make me look a little sun-kissed and kind of waken up my skin a little bit. I am using Tarte's Monarch in the Amazonian Clay 12-hour blush set. So I'm using also a dense fluffy brush. Just go in ever so slightly because you don't want too much on there, and just go in the apples of your cheeks and brush up. Gotta do the other side here. And what I'll do with the excess that's on the brush is just go on the tip of my nose, just a little bit there, just to give me some color. So after that, I go in with my eyelash curler. This is a good trick when you don't want to use mascara. And I'll hold for about 10 seconds here. You can go a little longer. Make sure you get really close to the root there. That's gonna really lift your lashes. And there we go. And you can see the difference here. This side is more elongated. It looks more full. And on days where I don't feel like wearing mascara or that I just don't have enough time, I'll make sure and always curl my lashes just because it opens up my eyes so much and I feel like brightens my. So next, after I'm done curling my lashes, I'll go ahead and skip mascara, especially for this more natural look, and it's also a good time saver. But I don't skip my brows. If you are lucky enough to have full brows, then more power to you. I wish I had better brows. I do have thinness, even though they are thick in some areas that I like to hide a bit. So what I've been using is Benefit's Precisely My Brow Pencil. What I love about this is that it's two-sided. It has your pencil on one end, and if you guys can see that, it is super tiny. So I'm able to get hair-like strokes with it, and it's super simple, hardly ever any smudge with it. The other end has a spoolie, which I love. I love products that have multiple uses to them. This helps save me some time in the morning because I don't have to go look for my spoolie because it always gets lost in all of my brushes. So even though my eyebrows are on the thick end, I do have some thinness that I like to go through. And like I said, I get hair-like strokes with this. It's really easy to work with. It blends out nice as well, which is also good because if you go a little heavy-handed, which some of us can get a little carried away. I know I have done that a few times, but like I said, this blends out really nice, so you don't even have to worry about if you are heavy-handed. And I just like more of a natural look, so I'm just filling in where I'm sparse. And with the spoolie, I just blend out like that. I make sure they're all going the same direction, because when your hairs are a little longer, they like to do whatever they like. That's it. This routine is super simple. It's easy, it's quick. I get out of the door in no time. I wear this about 90% of the time, to be honest, just because it's so nice to not have to worry about wearing so much makeup, and I'm able to conceal any parts that I don't like, as well as accentuate parts that I do like without little to no makeup. So if you like this look, guys, give it a thumbs up, go subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for next week's video.